oh, I like you and I love you, but I don't like this aspect of you, and not taking offense to that meaning like, oh, they don't care about me as a whole. Nah, I still care about the whole you. It's just a piece of you. And understand that we can just work on those pieces of ourselves.
I've been going through some things, so much on my brain, just hoping it would change. I've been going through some
Ah, this bitch is kind of weak, man. God damn, hold on. I gotta run this bitch back one more time. You hear me? Hey, man, what it is? It's your boy AL. We back in this motherfucking thing. Like I motherfucking never left. We finna get right into it. Matter of fact, I ain't even finna hold y'all too long. We just finna do what the fucking nigga do up in this motherfucker. So right to it, we going to the temperature check. I know it's been a while since we checked in on that temperature, but let's do what we do. Alright, man, look. I know y'all probably thought a nigga was done. But the motherfucker still back from the goddamn dead like the Undertaker in this bitch, you feel me? So, still here doing our thing, man. Life has just been life and like shit. It's a slow motion. I probably ain't gonna be able to get the podcast out every week like I've been wanting to, but I just still feel like, man, I love the conversation or the topic or the disposing or divulging of information, talking with y'all. Anybody who care for it, fuck with it, tap in with it, man. It's just all love, and I just appreciate what y'all getting me, and I'm hoping I get back to you. With that said, man, we got the podcast going, the show going. We just finna do what we doing. So like I said, with the temperature check, man, look, we here. Shit just been crazy, man. The last episode I talked about was like, keep the apology, make the change. Hope y'all still on that, man. Look, sometimes, hey, look, man, make the apologies. If you fuck up, make sure you apologize to somebody, but make sure you changing and doing better. And sometimes that shit hard, but man, we just gotta always try to do better. I'm trying to see if I should just be going into this episode like ain't shit happened. Like I ain't took a few fucking weeks off, damn near a month from releasing an episode to just talk my shit. But I'm like, man, fuck it. What I got to talk about with that shit? So we just gonna do the shit like we supposed to be doing, man. Cause I really got a shit ton of episodes really to run it with y'all on. So it's no issue on like having shit to talk about. It's just like, man, life be life, and it's hard to get to it sometimes. Man, when I tell you work been crazy, man, this past like month or two been like the craziest. Like I'm like the current position I'm in my job right now, but like the craziest like couple months for me, like the busiest time or whatever. So it's like, man, that shit been having me stupid. So I just got to manage my time a little bit better. But I'm gonna for sure do what I can, do what I got to make sure I can still get out some content for y'all on some kind of regular basis. Like we gonna still stick with Friday release dates. But I do not know when this shit gonna come out, like how often, how weekly. I'm still have clips. I'm gonna get back on that shit, dropping clips for y'all. But yeah, man, it's just life been going on. But man, like I said, we back to it. Let me not hold that shit too long. Recent shit I've been doing. Recent did volunteering last month. It was I think I volunteered like the last Saturday of last month. I don't know why. Or did I volunteer? I don't know. I volunteered last month in September. It was crazy, like the volunteering. Like I was happy to go out and volunteer. Oh yeah, that's why, because I was late on registering, so they wanted to just be in the earliest so I can get in. But volunteered, man. When I tell you, it seems like every other time I go to the volunteering, it's like stuff a little bit crazy, man. It's like, well, I don't like salute to kids and like, you know what I mean, when they be doing their thing. But sometimes when they have a lot of kid volunteers or like kid workers and stuff, it's just like, man, y'all don't know what the hell y'all doing, and y'all just in the way half the time making this process worse, and y'all going slow, ain't getting nothing done. And like I say, it's dope and it's always great that people coming out to volunteer, but for me sometimes it's like, man, I came out here to do some work. I could be in my bed, because I'll be volunteering from 8 to 12, 8 in the morning. I'm not the type of nigga who finna wake up at 8 o'clock on a weekend without a reason. So wake up and actually try to be to a place, I'll be a little bit late most of the time. But to go wake up and try to go be to a place, and then folks bullshitting, blow me. But it is what it is. Shit. Matter of fact, as I think about it, it's October, so I'm gonna need to get ready to volunteer, because I ain't volunteered this month. So probably ain't volunteering this weekend, but probably the next weekend, probably go ahead and try to get that volunteer session in. So yeah, man, we got shit going on. I really don't even want to hold y'all too long on all the extra shit, man. Y'all already fucking know what it is, man. It's your goddamn boy AO. What it is, man, y'all back in the StoryHouse show, StoryHouse podcast. You're rocking with your boy. We doing what we supposed to do. Wine, what it is. Hey, look, man, you already know, at the door, take your shoes off. Don't be walking in here tracking all kind of dirt in this motherfucking ass. In your hands, you feel me? Hey, look, man, I got a water in the refrigerator. You can get some water. Like, I got some other shit around the house, but don't just be touching on shit else. You can get some water, anything else, man. Look, don't be just reaching in my refrigerator grabbing shit. If you ain't having no meal, don't be grabbing my juices. Don't be grabbing my snacks. Don't be grabbing none of my shit if you ain't ask me. But that's just me on my bullshit sometimes. But whatever, man. I don't even know how I'm feeling. I ain't gonna lie, I'm probably gonna say that a few times because this shit feel natural because it's just like doing what I do and just talking how I talk and like, you know what I mean, doing what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. But at the same time, it's like, damn, I ain't done this in a few weeks. This shit feel a little bit weird, just a little bit weird. But it's like, fuck it, we still good, so we just gonna go to it. So yeah, y'all in the StoryHouse show, man. You rocking with your boy. We finna do what we doing. With that said, without further ado, family, let's go to today's topic. And today's topic is, but you like it though. But you like it though. You know what I mean? And if you come from my community, I'm pretty sure you done heard this phrase, but you like it though, man. This topic, for today's topic is basically kind of getting into, or addressing a bit of assumptions and excuses. It's kind of how I view it. What we'll be talking about today. And like for that, it's kind of like, I feel like sometimes we assume for others and we make excuses for our own behavior. And that's kind of like what I feel like that, to me at least, to an extent, from a serious standpoint of what that kind of statement says. But you like it though. It's kind of like assuming what somebody else like or don't like, regardless of what they're telling you, and also excusing whatever behavior you're doing by putting that assumption on there. So let's just get into it. Like, so the statement itself, like I said, I'm not sure how relevant it is to like other cultures, like whether it's you Asian, Hispanic, European or whatever. I know in my black, at least in our black African American culture, but you like it though is a common response back to somebody saying something. It's typically something said like from a relationship kind of standpoint. So it's like, you say something you don't like about somebody, but you like it though. Do I? Who the fuck said that? Who the fuck? I just told you I don't like some shit, and your response back to me is, but you like it though. How I complained about something, your response is, but you like it though. And yeah, that's what we're getting into. And I feel like, it's like I said, it's most commonly to me said within a relationship standpoint, and it's more common, at least from my experience, said as a woman, like it's a more of a woman thing saying. But I know plenty of men say this shit as well. I'm pretty sure I probably got some points in time, like in jest or whatever, saying it in my own history. So it's not exclusively a woman statement. It's just like that's something that's said. But for me, it's more addressing for me, I want to just address more like the behind it, not just necessarily like sectioning off like gender, any type of shit like that. And honestly, for me, like one of my biggest issue with the statement in itself is that it's saying, but you like it though. The very first word is my biggest issue with it, and it's the but. Because it's always said in response to somebody voicing or sharing an opinion with you. Because you're saying but, as in somebody said something, oh, but you like it though. Oh, why you doing that over there? Why you acting crazy right now? But you like it though. Why you... I don't fucking know. I can't really think of no examples right now, but it's just like basically somebody done shared with you, oh, you doing something wild, oh, you acting crazy, but you like it though. Why you lying, but you like it though. Why you cheating, but you like it though. It's like, motherfucker don't like all the shit that they but you liking though. But so that's just the big thing with me. Like, someone has shared an opinion and your response is instantly but, and to excuse it with some other bullshit. So to me, that statement really lacks accountability, and that's the biggest thing with it. Like, it's a crazy statement, and it just lacks accountability. And it says it like it dismisses something that's said, and like I said, replaces it with an assumption. Like somebody sharing something with you, and instead of like actually reflecting upon whatever they said, you have an assumption, and you kind of like just dismissing whatever they have with your own assumptions or excuse for whatever was being said. So it's voiced like I said, it's voiced to something that, to me, just as a point, if I voice to somebody or somebody voiced to me that they have an issue or like they don't like something, to me it's kind of crazy to respond back with the opposite by assuming the opposite. Somebody literally tell you something, but your response is to assume the opposite. Now there are some people who very much speak in opposite kind of ways of talking, so like they don't actually share what they honestly feel, and I understand that those are cases, but we're not talking about those outliers. I want to more or less address and speak to people who actually do share their actual opinions. And when they are voiced, you may be met with something like that. Because it's not always that statement, but you like it though. But that's the statement I want to just drive to, just because of the commonality of it. But it's just like a motherfucker saying something to you and you not respecting and addressing what they have. And don't get me wrong, the statement, but you like it though, it has a lightheartedness to it. Like a lot of the times it can be said in jest, it's joking, like a lot of times say with like jest or sass or something like that. But you like it though. But you like it. Shit, but you like it though. Like, so, and I said it in kind of both like feminine, masculine type of ways. Cause shit, like I said, I've experienced it more from females saying, but you like it though. But shit, as a nigga, you can also say that as well, like, or a male, like, hey, shit, girl, you like that shit though, and kicking whatever. A lot of times, your toxic bullshit. Honestly, but you like it though is super. That's mad a toxic ass point right there. But I'm gonna get to that later on. Just the toxic point. So like, and I don't have an issue with like when it's said like in jest or sass or something like that, and it's like understood, we both on that same wave, like, all right, man, you just joking, we ain't playing, ain't nothing too much. But like I said, it's the lack of accountability that I do have an issue with. Like, rarely do I feel like if you say, but you like it though, if that is something that's said, either we just joking, we just gonna brush it and we cooling, or somebody has shared some real opinion and it said like that, and rarely is that statement after somebody that shared their opinion and you respond, but you like it though, is that followed up with addressing the initial concern. Like whatever the initial problem somebody felt to say to the person, rarely is it actually followed up with addressing what their concern was. Because I felt like, I'm gonna just say it like for me, if I said that to you, I felt it enough to like actually want to, hey, look, I kind of got an issue with something that just happened. And if you tell me, but you like it though, you just trying to excuse whatever shit. And I'm like, nah, but I got a problem with that. I want to talk about the shit that I'm talking about. And so like you could say it's really just saying cute shit to avoid a real conversation. It's like, I get it, but hey, look, man, don't try to bullshit it when it's like it's a real conversation trying to be had and you saying something cute. Like, nah, I ain't like what you did, and let's talk about it. And so like I said, I can't speak for others, but if I say something that I don't like, it's because I fucking don't like it. And I've had relationships and situations and shit like that where I voiced an opinion like, oh, I don't like some shit. And when that's said back to me, that's kind of the mentality that I've always had. When it said like, no, the fuck I don't like, no. But you like, no, I don't like the shit that I very much so just said to you. No, I don't like that. I promise you, whatever I said I don't like, I promise you I don't like that. So like, I don't find, like, to me, honestly, I've never found that statement cute, like as a statement back. So I mean, this obviously this topic in itself reflects a bit of me, but it's like I said, again, it's just addressing a bigger concern of when someone does share their opinions with you or share something that they don't like, excusing and giving an assumption for how they actually think when they've already shared how they think to you. So with that, like I said, unless that initial statement is said in jest, to respond back in jest with it when I'm sharing my honest opinions, a little bit wild. If we don't actually get to addressing that's like, give a fuck about what I'm talking about. And for me, like when that statement is said, but you like it though, it's really kind of said from a point of, but you like me though. Shit, you saying it, but you like it though, but you like me though. But the thing is, we ain't talking about you. We talking about the thing that I don't like, whatever one thing I don't like. And that's why I like, for me, why I always kind of like had a way of viewing that kind of statement, because it's like you're trying to now encompass everything about you is in, oh, I like you, but not addressing this thing that I just said. Because the thing is, separating the whole from the parts is what I really feel like getting into this kind of point of like people mentality when you make that statement. Like the person and little pieces of you are completely different things. Well, not completely different things, but they can be addressed separately. So like, if I say I love you, but it's something about you I don't like, those things can be definitely true at the same time. I don't have to have a lack of their love or like loss of love for you, but there can be some shit I don't like. So understanding that is not a requirement. Having love for somebody does not require liking every piece of them. You might like and love the culmination of who somebody is, but it's fucking okay and it's normal. In my mind, say expect it. If a motherfucker doing something to like not like some parts about everybody, like I don't even think there is anybody. Like I said, for me, just a huge thing. I don't expect to perfectly like everything about anybody. I don't expect anybody to like everything about me. I think I'm dope as fuck. I think other people dope as fuck. But to think that somebody gonna like everything about you, based on what? Like, why would somebody like everything? Who have you ever met in your life that you honestly like everything about? And in my opinion, if you like everything somebody else did, you probably, I'm gonna just assume you being fake. Cause it's like we individuals, we too individualistic, we too separate, we too special as our own to align with everything about somebody else. Like I got friends, so I love them niggas, and we might align on 90% of shit, but it's definitely gonna be that 10% of shit where I'm like, yeah, nah, nigga, I ain't with that. And I might say some shit and they like, yeah, nah, nigga, I ain't with that. But it's like, hey, shit, man, that's my cup of tea, that's their cup of tea. You just gotta respect the teas. So just understanding somebody not liking every part about you does not mean they don't still like you as a whole. And like I said, yeah, all those pieces come together to make the whole, but that don't mean every little piece is a good ass piece is being put up in there. And like I said, people just always gonna have their preferences of what they like. Shit, even like when it comes to somebody, like I feel like a big thing is sometimes when you address something to somebody and you address an issue that you have with them that nobody else has addressed with them, it can kind of have a little bit more attention. Like, shit, but you like it though, you tripping like that. There's no way you addressing it. It's like, nah, just because everybody else was cool with that don't mean I was cool with it. And that's something you gotta address. Like, I feel like when it comes to accepting someone, you gotta understand what you will and what somebody will not accept when it comes to somebody else. So I do feel like it is super duper important to accept people as they are. Like that as a fact. I feel like if you engage with somebody in your life, or especially you adding somebody new to your life, I feel like there's a level of accepting somebody as they are. Like accept who somebody actually is. If I'm accepting you in my life, I want to accept the person that you are. That's cool. I'm good with whoever you are. That's a real thing. But just as important, we should always be growing. That's an opinion of mine. Like kind of, I think like one of the statements or phrases like people say is like, if you're not growing, you're dead, or something like that. If you're not constantly like growing and evolving and getting better, you're dead. Something along those lines. And I agree with those kind of things. Like I feel like I'm dope, but I'm always aiming to be a better AO today, tomorrow, 10 years from now. Like even if I'm fucking up and if I see like small growth is whatever, but understanding, being able to look back on myself like, nah, I grew within some areas. It might be some areas where I be fucking out because I'm still late as shit with time. My growth within time, I've had it, but that motherfucker ain't nowhere near how I want to be with times. Hence why this goddamn podcast, I'm probably recording it. Actually, I'm recording this bitch earlier than I normally would because sometimes I'll be recording the day before. This one I'm recording 2 days before. But, you know what I mean? It's still not like how I handle time like I want to. So, yeah, it's just like understand and accept somebody, but still aim to be growing. And I feel like when we interact with each other, there's like a level of negotiations when it comes to like the acceptance of each other. Like, thinking that everything is gonna be his, like you gonna meet me with some shit, I'm gonna meet you with some shit, and we gonna kind of figure out what's the shit I'll accept, what's the shit you will accept, and you know what I mean? Like kind of just work this shit out on what works with each other. So like just full acceptance of everything that anybody does, I feel like that shit's just unrealistic. And when you wanting that, or like kind of someone like, oh yeah, you gonna like everything about everything that I do, is like, man, nobody like everything about anybody and everything about anybody. Like, who the fuck? Like, no, you do some shit I don't like, and that's cool. You gotta work on some shit. I gotta work on some shit. We gotta work on some shit. You know what I mean? So with that, like we know within ourselves, and honestly, even beyond like the case of like somebody else, like shit, you know within yourself, like we know within ourselves, there are aspects that we want to work on. Like if it's somebody out there who mindset is like, I'm perfect and I don't want any growth, I don't want to be any better, I don't want anything about my life to change. I just want to have the exact same day I'm having right now for the rest of my life. And I mean, obviously, you might be having a great day, so you're like, oh, I love to have this day over and over. But if you don't even want to, like, even if you're having that great day, you don't want that great day to have some aspects of where it's better. Like, come on, like, I feel like you should always want to be having better. And it's not to say, like, you looking back at some shit like this, you're not appreciating the value of what you have right now. It's just understanding the growth is to continuously get better. Like, a tree ain't just out here. You might not see the time period of it, but I mean, the reason why you look at trees, and if you cut a tree down, you look and see all those rings, because over these years, however long a tree can be here, 100 years, you can see 100 rings inside of that tree because that motherfucker's constantly growing, constantly still growing. Like whether it's getting bigger or doing something that's still developing and becoming a stronger tree, moving along. So the goal is always growth. You know what I mean? So with it, like I said, if you know within yourself there's something that you want to work on, why would you think others don't want you to work on them? Like, why don't you think other people would appreciate those things that you know within yourself you want to work on for you? Why wouldn't somebody else want you to work on those things? So, with the shit, if you want to work on it, you got to make changes, man. Like, and I do believe that you should not change every aspect or shit. I don't even think you should change like the majority of aspects of yourself for somebody else. Like, we all unique, and like some people are for some people and some people ain't for other people. So like we should not change the majority of who you are. Like for me, I know for a fact, I love joking. Like, and it could be like maybe because I'm black, I come from where I come from. Like jokes is like the things that we do, and maybe it's a trauma response, and they say those type of things. But shit, on some honest shit, I can have a real ass conversation with you, but I still just love laughing. Like I love joking around, having fun with some shit. So you could not be with me, or you probably couldn't even be significantly in my friend circle if I can't joke around with you. Like, and it's gonna be a variance of how close you can get to me based on how much we can joke around, because that's important for me. And I want to be my honest self and joking around. Like if somebody come around me and they like, I don't like all that joke shit. All right, for sure, I respect it, but there's a limit on how close you gonna be with me, cause nigga, that's where the fuck I live. I live in making jokes, and some folks don't. Sometimes people don't take me serious enough, cause I mean, hey, look, I'm still handling my business, but I love to joke, man. I love to laugh, and that's just gonna be me regardless. So understanding that's an aspect of myself I won't change for somebody else, but I can respect if you around me, or if you coming around me like, hey, I'm cool that you make jokes, but you made a joke that offended me. Could we address that? I'm gonna still make a bunch of jokes, but I can tailor. Oh, that type of joke offends you. Well, shit, okay. As long as I can still make the majority of my jokes, that one we can cut that shit out. That because you matter to me. So that's thing I want to get into. Like when it comes to making these changes, you should be willing to change for the people that you want to have in your life. If it's somebody you looking at like, oh damn, I want you, I love you, is whatever, you got to be in my life, or whatever kind of mindset. If you want somebody to be in your life, you should be willing to make some changes for them. Like I say, it ain't got to be everything, but you should make changes for the people that you want to be in life. And like I said again, most of those changes should firstly be for yourself. Like you should be changing for yourself first, but also for the people around you, you should be willing to make some changes for those people. If someone wants to become, and I feel like I was saying beforehand, but if somebody, like kind of with the thing I was saying myself, like somebody wants me to become somebody that I'm not, I don't believe in doing it. Because I won't be not me for somebody else. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna become a shell of myself, I'm not gonna be sad, but I will, like I said, tailor myself for somebody else that I care about. And I feel like the reason why it's important to do that, to like make those changes, like if you won't, I feel like if I'm around somebody and like I feel like, oh shit, this dope, when it's somebody I'm looking to be around, I want to have the best experience I possibly can with that person. Like, oh shit, you dope, damn, I want to have the best experience I can for them. And sometimes that requires for that person to give me the best experience of them, they sometimes have to make changes, they have to make some tailoring to where it's like, oh shit, I care about Ayo, I want to be the dopest person I can when I'm around Ayo. We finna pull up, bet. I'm kind of like in whatever kind of joint. Well, I kind of be on some shit, and I know he don't like that, or that offend him, or like, you know what I mean, I don't get offended by a lot of shit. But if it's something that offend me, somebody who care about me gonna try to be like, all right, bet. That's something I cannot do. That hurt your feelings. I cannot do that. You know what I mean? Because I ain't a nigga who too hard out shit. I ain't gonna act like I don't got my feelings and shit. I don't have too many times of, but shit, if I bring that shit up, I just know I meant that shit. I'm just saying that shit to me. So on that same like kind of flip side, I'm just simply saying reciprocate that same thing. So like if somebody shares with you something that they don't like, understand that like, all right, bet. I want you to have the best experience you can with me. So okay, how can I adjust and do something better? What is it that you've now voiced that you don't like, or that you have an issue with, or something that you have a concern going on with me that you'd like to kind of have adjusted? And that's not to say you instantly just tailoring like whatever somebody say, you just fixing it to however they want it. But y'all negotiate, like I said earlier, to a point where it's like, we're not meeting in the middle. We're meeting in the middle. We're finding a place to where what you dislike, what I do, that I can continue to do something that I actually find happy, and you can kind of find into a spot of where you enjoy and it's tolerable for you to experience me in that way. And I feel like it's important for people who want to find happiness that you do that, to give your best experience so that they can give you the best experience. It's a mutual exchange, like I said. So just really, shit is really about caring about each other. So like I said, with the but you like it though thing, that's the biggest part. I don't have an issue with it when it's in jest, but if someone's actually sharing their opinion, understand that shit is only cute for so long. Like if you yeah, nah, but I really got a problem with that, babe. Like I understand, like, nah, I'm not saying that I don't care about you. And I feel like that's a big thing too with it. Like understand that, hey, look, I'm not saying I don't give a fuck about you. Just like, yeah, but you like it though. Nah, for me to dismiss that but you like it though isn't for me to say, oh, no, it's not saying I don't like you still, but you did do some shit that I ain't like. And that's a part of you. That's a little piece of you. The whole shit still dope. You still dope as fuck. You still dope as fuck. But we gotta have a conversation about this little piece right here. Let's figure some shit out with this. And I feel like in life you're gonna forever have little pieces within each other, within whatever that you're always working on, and kind of have a voice and opinion. But just making sure you're doing the work. And with this, like I was talking about earlier, man, a part of like even the desire to say that is just kind of like it's a toxic ass statement. It's like the nature of it is toxic in it, and it just feeds into toxicity within us. And so the goal, I feel like, when you engage with somebody, is to not feed into our toxic side, but our nurturing side. So instead of like dismissing somebody's honest thoughts, you have a conversation with them about it. Cause like, I mean, the toxic shit is to be like, fuck whatever you want. If you want me, you gonna accept me. You gonna take everything that come with me. And it's like, yeah, I'm gonna accept you, but I do want you to be working and changing. Like, let's nurture and let's grow within these things just as well as shit. I don't want to force everything about me upon you. I want you to like expect me to like work and nurture and grow. Like, so like you nurturing me kind of like I feel like I done seen like the joints that have like the cups or whatever, cup heads or whatever, and like they pouring into each other, some shit like that. And it's just like, hey, look, babe, I want you pouring in me. I want you to be pouring in me. And at that point, hey, sometimes water might spill out, and it might be some of the bullshit that we had to work on. It was like, instead of but you like it though, it's like, nah, but I don't like that, and it's okay that you don't like that. Okay, bet, cool. You still love me though? Yeah, I still love you though. All right, bet. Let's talk about the other shit. How can I make myself better for you, and how can you make yourself better for me, and how can we make ourselves better for ourselves? You know what I mean? So it's just doing that type of shit. And like I said, with all this shit, don't get me wrong. Like, I get some people like, he's saying that, but you like it though. Shit, he's being stupid. Hey, look, being a brat can fit into a fetish for somebody, and that's fine. If like brats, they're like, ooh, you being real bratty, that's a fetish to me. But you like it though. All right, cool, man. That work for you. Do your thing. Little sassy, little ooh. You know what I mean? Pop a little shit. But be sure you find the balance in between it. Like, man, look, if somebody like that, make sure, even if you being a brat, even if somebody that's y'all fetish, that's y'all kind of space, so y'all honestly talking, y'all honestly engaging, it should still be a point of where you understand like when to stop being a brat and to accept and have a conversation with somebody when they honestly share their feelings. Every time somebody share their feelings, shouldn't be a defensive kind of thing. It should be a space where it's like, oh, okay, we feel like that. Well, shit, let's divulge. Let's get into it a little bit. Let's figure out why you said that or what that means. So that's just my little 2-piece on it. Like, I ain't want to have too much. I don't even know how long I done ran on this episode right here. I just wanted to kind of hit y'all with something. I'm hoping not to keep these joints too crazy because, like I say, life been lifing. But I just hoping I can put out something dope. So on that note, man, like I said, just don't feed into the toxic nature of yourselves. Feed into the nurturing nature of yourselves. And motherfucker might like you, but don't mean I like all that shit you're doing. And on that note right there, man, that's the end of the fucking vent. We gonna go ahead and do what we do after we vent, and y'all already know what we do after we finish venting. We get better, not bitter, and the only way we get better, not bitter, is by motherfucking getting better. It's just that simple. But when we get better, it's a simple phrase, a sentence that we say. I ain't say this motherfucker in a long time, so I hope I don't fuck it up. But we gonna see what this do. Look, man, it's easier to say it than to do it, but sometimes you have to hear it said to know you can do it. Oh, shit, I think I said it right. So let me say that shit one more motherfucking time. You hear me? It's easier to say it than to do it, but sometimes you have to hear it said to know you can do it. So like I said, with that, sometimes people you never heard that as a mindset, like, oh, but you like it though is an issue, or the fact that when somebody say to you, oh, I like you and I love you, but I don't like this aspect of you, and not taking offense to that, meaning like, oh, they don't care about me as a whole. Nah, I still care about the whole you. It's just a piece of you. And understand that we can just work on those pieces of ourselves. Because don't view yourself as I feel like it's important to view yourself honestly in those separate different points of like the whole me and the pieces of me. You can view your whole me as a dope, great, amazing shit. I'm dope as fuck. But understand within that whole you got so many pieces of you, and some of these pieces might be up here, some of these pieces might be down there, and you know what I mean, some in the middle, whatever and shit. But you got to figure out, all right, bet these shits is up there. Let's keep that shit dope and keep being dope. And this shit is cool. All right, how can we lift those shits up? But these things is kind of down here. Be willing to fucking lift these things up and not think just because the cumulative of me is dope as shit don't mean it ain't still some shit to me that's not so dope. And it's all right, you know what I mean? Sometimes we don't have dope days, we don't have dope moments, but we still dope as a whole, as an individual, you know what I mean? So that's just the goal right there. Just understanding be willing to do the work within you for people that you actually care about. Like, do the work within you for yourself, but within this conversation, this is like, but you like it though, that's a response to somebody. If you care about somebody, be willing to work on yourself for the people that you care about. You know what I mean? I ain't got too much more to say, so that's the better, not better. That's the vent. That's the episode. That's episode 21 in this bitch. You hear me? 21. You feel me? We doing what we can, man. So I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, man. Look, make sure y'all do all this shit. I guess it's been a while, but please, what you do? Subscribe, like, and get the notification bell and shit. Make sure y'all do that shit on the YouTube. Hit all them buttons. Shit. Follow on like the social medias, you know what I mean? It's StoryHouse.xo on all social media. So you can just follow it like right there, type that shit in. If you want to follow me personally, it's AO Forever. It's AEO Forever on all social media. If you want to follow me, I definitely got some more shit that I'm finna be working on. Hopefully I can get some content before the end of this year out. Like I think like if you look at my shit, like some notes I had made like at the beginning of the year was like I want to do another short film. Like I put out one early this year, but I want to do another one. And so like a quick little short film, that's something I'm thinking about. Like I want to like just kind of like write up just something that's feel dope. Might just get with some people who might kind of just have some ideas and be like, what can we put together that'd be dope as shit, and just kind of can bang that out and just get a dope little quick little project or something like that. So that's something that I'm thinking around with, just kind of like staying busy, keep the creative juices flowing. But yeah, man, I really don't want to say too much more. I really ain't got too much more to say. So on that note, man, it's a StoryHouse show. It's a StoryHouse podcast. Look, I'm not telling where the fuck you gotta go. I'm not telling what you gotta do. I'm not saying none of that shit. You grown as fuck. Maybe, possibly, hopefully if you listen to this episode, because I'll be talking wild as shit. But if you're not, hey, look, it is what it is. It's your motherfucking choice. You check this shit. You click this shit. You fucked with a nigga. So, man, even though you grown, and you do whatever the fuck you want. You can do whatever the fuck you want. But right now, you in my motherfucking house, and then when you in the StoryHouse. So it's a family joint, but I'm the motherfucking head of the household. You feel me? And as the head of the household, what I gotta tell y'all is motherfucking, like Martin say, get to stepping, get to stepping, get to stepping. You gotta get the fuck up out of here. So, man, look, this has been a StoryHouse show. It's been all love, man. I've been fucking with y'all. Hopefully y'all done fucked with what I talked about today, man. Drop shit in the comments. Whether it's on a social media or on this YouTube video, just let me know what you feel about it. Or if you like checking this shit. Oh yeah. Damn, I forget about that. Oh, and like the Spotify, Apple Podcast, shit like that. If you listen to just the audio version, shout out to people who listen to the audio version too. Make sure you take a look into that shit. Like listen in, hit the reviews, 5 stars hopefully, or whatever the top rating is on there, and just let me know how you fucking with me. So without further ado, man, get y'all asses stepping out the house. If you want to vent, hopefully I got a new episode coming out sometime soon. So if you're watching this late, go ahead and go on to the next episode. Or you can watch the back catalog. It's episode 21, so we got a few other ones beforehand. You got ones where you can check out me by my damn self doing my shit. Or you can go way back when the motherfucker started, when I was kicking this shit with Killer. We was on whole different vibes, but it was still goddamn popping out doing our shit. You hear me? Still real shit popping. So, man, do that shit. On that motherfucking note, y'all already know you got your boy AO in this motherfucker. It's all love. Y'all be easy. We out.
I've been going through some things, so much on my brain, just hoping it would change. I've been going through some things, so much on my brain.